So last night I decided to bring the subframe down here and I finished painting it, and woo boy, does it look so much better. I think it's nice and smooth, all nice and coated, and looking brand new. But even more exciting than this, I talked to the guys over at Throom. The hardware is done. Martin's gonna go pick it up for me, and it should be here in about 30 or so minutes. So I cannot wait to see all my perfectly fresh hardware. And then also last night I went ahead and ordered all the new pieces to basically rebuild the entire front end of the Savoy. So we have obviously the subframe's painted now. We have new control arms. We have sway bars for the front and the rear from H&R. Now on Miley I did 25 in the front, 28 in the rear. On the Savoy we're doing 22 in the front, 25 in the rear. So we'll see how it balances out, because this car's on coilovers where Miley's on bags. So I want to try a little different setup. So we'll see how it goes. Also ordered new inner and outer tie rods for this one and for Miley, and then also new steering rack boots for this one and for Miley. So lots of parts coming in very, very soon. Oh man, just got the message from Martin. He dropped off the hardware on the back steps. Oh, I can't wait to see it. Ooh, how shiny it is. Oh my goodness. Also, side note, they said they couldn't do the pulleys, they're still painting them, but the rest of the pieces, oh my goodness. Dude, it looks chrome. Wow, that is so much shinier than I thought. It actually looks chrome. That is beautiful. So we have that piece. There's tons in here. Oh, look at all of it down there. Everything looks so nice and clean. That's what I'm talking about. So they couldn't do the pulleys, which is okay. I'll just paint these ones in fresh black, not a big deal. This piece, I only need the front side of this piece, that's fine. These for the engine lift didn't get painted either because they were so covered in paint. That's fine. Woo! Everything's so shiny. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, so now this is gonna be the fun part. We have to go through and separate all these pieces, and hopefully I can figure out where they all go. Like I said, when I gave them to him, they're all in baggies, but to have him do each baggie individually, then re-bag it would be a lot to do. It can be done, but they didn't want to do that. So we must go through, like the big piece like this are easy to kind of separate, but all these little bolts in here. Now I took pictures of each bag before I dropped them off, but there's still a lot of hardware in here that we must, oh yeah. So let's see, this looks like exhaust. This is probably AC compressor or alternator, one of those ones, these longer ones here. Then we have these ones, which are the valve covers. Those come out really nice. Look at that. I love it. So that'll be valve cover ones. These are exhausts, I can tell. These ones go to, I'm not quite sure. These ones I think are intake manifold, I want to say. Yeah, we had a lot to do. This is the end piece for a valve cover. Valve cover, one more of those. Yep, right here. Boom. Nice and shiny. And then the small 10s, majority of these are the lower timing chain, and there's 3 like this, also for the lower timing chain to go from the pan up. Yep, we got a lot of organizing to do here. All right, so we have a lot of hardware here, a lot of nice shiny hardware, and I might think to yourself, Christian, do you know where all that hardware goes? And the answer is I have no idea. I know where some of it goes, loosely, but some of it I'm not sure where it goes. I know, so this is my pile so far. Exhaust manifold, good. I believe this is for the AC compressor, I think, or the alternator. Stop rolling, stay there, stop. AC compressor, I think. This is all intake manifold stuff here, easy. I believe this is for the knock sensor for the front and the rear, and I think these washers go with these, I think. That's fuel stuff. These are the injector clamps, that's good. Don't know what those are. Don't know what these ones are. These 2 long ones go to the coolant flange, along with some of these ones, I believe. This is for the power steering. These ones, I think, some are for the accessory bracket, along with those 2 there, but I'm not sure how many. These ones I have no idea. Those ones I have no idea. Some of these are upper cover. These are all intake manifold, I believe. These ones are holding the pulley onto the water pump, I think. And then these 3 that are the triple square are holding the water pump into the block. I know that. I believe all these ones are lower cover. These 2 go to this rail here. No idea. Actually, no, these are the ones that go on top of these ones on the upper cover. Yeah, okay. No, good, we're good. These are with this. Okay, awesome, making progress. No idea. No idea. I believe those are all upper cover, or some of them are upper cover, I think. I don't know. There's a lot of bolts. We'll get there eventually. So before I actually start slapping parts on the VR5, which I'm very excited to do, we need to go through and sand all these spots down where like the oil filter housing goes, the sensor down here, the points for the accessory bracket inside of here so our seal can seal properly, all that kind of stuff. Once that's all sanded down and ready to go, then we can start putting pieces on there. All right, so as you can see, we got all of our mounting spots all back to bare metal. I don't know if the ones for the accessory bracket matter, but just sort of having like weird grounding issues, all of the metal spots have been sanded back down. Now, what we've all been waiting for, parts back on the VR5. So I guess the best plan of attack is just to start from the bottom and arc our way to the top. I'm so excited because it's finally time to put all these beautiful pieces to good use. So you know that scene from the very first Fast and the Furious where they have all the parts laid out for the Supra? I'm not saying this is exactly like that, but dude, this looks epic. All the hardware, all the new pieces, everything's painted, ready to go. It just looks so epic. And it's crazy to think all of this stuff will soon be there. All right, so first piece going on will be our lower cover here. We've already done the new remain seal. I sanded the top and then also the bottom, and then all of the mounting positions. And then also on the engine itself, we did all those pieces where the metal will be flat to metal. We'll do a layer of silicone, the black stuff down there in between, and then bolt it up. And this one looks so good with the fresh new hardware. I can't wait to see it all together. First official piece is on with the new hardware, and it looks so good. Even though this whole section will be covered by transmission, it's okay because we know it's there. We know it looks good. So up next will be our upper cover, which I have the new seal, which is this one here that goes on the back side right in there. And then once this piece is on, we'll continue with the bottom half here. The upper cover is now on and it looks really, really good. I'm not gonna lie though, this one was an absolute pain to get on. It kept wanting to pull the head gasket like in, so I had to do the bottom two bolts here first. That way the bolt was through and the head gasket couldn't get pulled, and then do the rest of them. For whatever reason, it was just being weird, but it's on. So last two things for the upper cover, I have these two seals here that go around this one, and then over here I need to sand all of this area down so the coolant flange is a nice metal to metal surface to seal to. I'm not gonna lie though, it's kind of hard working on this engine now because I don't want to touch anything. Everything's like all nice and painted and nice and shiny, and I'm trying my best to like sand areas down or just put pieces together, and it's really tricky because I don't want to touch anything. It's much easier working on like a nasty engine because like you can scrape anything or drop it or touch anything and it doesn't matter. But on this, I'm trying so hard to make sure everything stays nice and clean. Oh, the fun, the fun. All right, so sanded clean. Seals are in for these two sensors here, and this has also been sanded clean. That once the coolant flange is on there, there's no issue because you don't want to try and put one of the rubber seals to like this stuff. It'll never seal properly. So you want to have nice metal, nice clean sealing points. So up next, we can finally put the beautiful piece here that Ricky made on, and we can also do the coolant flange as well, which I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure these long two go here. I believe that's for that one. That goes there, and that goes there. And then one of these small ones, probably like, let's see what I got for small. One of these ones probably. One of those ones would go to this one back over there. Yeah, so 1, 2, and 3. That should be all we need. Actually, looking at it like this, you can see this one over here, the short one I put in there, is way too short. These two are the same length, but that one's too short. So we need to swap that out for a different length one. Pull you out, and probably this one maybe. Let's see if it matches up. Put that through. How we looking? That's better. All the same length. Perfect, good to go. All right, so big tip when putting the coolant pipe through here, if you just shove this right in, there's a good chance you're gonna roll this seal like that, and it's gonna leak. So it's good to go through and clean all of the old like rusted spot out of there, and then use a little bit of silicone grease on the outside of this to help it slide in properly, and then knock it all jammed up, because you don't want to have to do all this and then come back later on because it's leaking. So a little bit of grease on here to make it slide properly, clean it out, and you should have no issues. You can even use a little bit of like gray silicone or black silicone to help seal it as well, which I do on my VR6. But the biggest thing is just making sure that this seal doesn't get bound up, because it's no fun to have a leak from here. All right, so the coolant pipe is now in. It can be a bit of a pain to get this side to slide in when these seals are new because it's a bit thicker. But hopefully I did it properly. I guess we'll see when we start it up if it leaks or not, but it seems like it's seated pretty well, so I think we're okay. All right, so up next, we're gonna do the water pump, which again, the water pump on the VRs, you can see the little groove that goes down, matches inside there. This will only fit in one way, so you can't put it in the wrong direction. And we have our teeny tiny little triple squares, but again, I've lost the tool for this like last time. So we need to find that first, but then we can put this in. All is well, I found it, and it's actually an M6, not an M8. It's kind of funny, I put this away last time after I was losing it the first time, and I was like, all right, don't lose it, it's in a specific spot, and I forgot where I put it, but we got it now. All right, easy enough, water pump is done. Up next, we have our fancy coolant flange here, another piece that you definitely don't want to have leaking. I always take a little bit of either gray silicone or black silicone and do a nice little layer right here. Some people advise against that. I did it on my VR6, Steve's VR6, and I've seen plenty of people use it. It always works for me, so I'm gonna continue doing it that way. You don't have to, whatever works best for you, I say do. But for me, I've always had good luck with that. So we'll do a little bit of this right here, and then same as on inside of here that connects the coolant pipe from the water pump up to the top here. Yo, this thing's starting to look so good. So all our cooling system right here is done. Water pump, coolant pipe, and coolant flange, everything's done and good to go. Make sure these ones here are very easy to over tighten. And if you strip out the block side of the threads, you're gonna hate life. So do not fight the urge to go one more turn. Use your torque specs and don't go stripping these out. But other than that, it's looking pretty nice. So next we'll do the accessory bracket and start putting all those pieces on the front side here. All right, so for this thing, I know that these two here with the little like half threads, I know those ones go, I think, and the ones that have like the water hole. So I think maybe that one and one other one. I know these go to this for sure. And I think it might be these ones. How many holes do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll be 2 and it's 4. I don't know. We'll just use some and see what works. This is the only problem about pulling all your engine pieces apart and like having them all clean. They look nice now, but I gotta figure out where things go. I guess that'll work. Yeah, it'll be fine. That'll be fine, I think. And if later on I'm missing hardware, then I'll pull it back out, I guess. Accessory bracket is on, easy enough, and I'm pretty sure I've used all the correct bolts, I think. If not, it is what it is. But I gotta say, aside from all like the wrinkle black painting, the nice silver up here, all that kind of stuff, the fancy factory hardware just looks absolutely amazing. I gotta say, like, look over here. Look how much it stands out. Granted, you won't see the bottom half, but like all this section up here, the hardware looks so good. I couldn't imagine if I did all this nice painting and I left all the crusty hardware. It would have looked horrible, I think, honestly. This is a nice little touch. I love the OEM shininess. Makes me happy. All right, so next on our list, we have the oil filter housing and the oil cooler. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I thought this was just one piece because this screws the oil cooler into that section over there. And I didn't know it came apart until I pulled this off and it fell off on me. So this is actually two pieces. We have a new oil filter in here to go inside of there. And then this hose will go from, I think, the block to one of these. And then this hose goes from the pipe to the other one. I have a picture somewhere to make sure I do it right, but that's how that goes. All right, so back to our favorite game of what hardware goes where. I believe it's gonna be these ones that go through, and I need one more like that, which I don't know if I have. It's gonna be a short one though. Maybe it's one of these ones. No, probably this one. This is the shortest one I have. I think that's it. Let's see how our bottom head looks. Ah, look at us go. Look at us go. Not bad. All right, so oil filter housing and cooler on. This piece fits on there kind of weird, but I guess that's how it goes. I need to find the torque spec for this because I don't want to go too tight and strip it out. So for now, it's still kind of loose, but it's on. One mistake I made though. All this nice hardware I got, I didn't take them my hose clamps, and these look super ugly and crusty, and we can't have that. So I had her go on Amazon and order me some new ones because, yeah, this isn't gonna fly. Not gonna fly. So I'm gonna put on that. I'll put on there for like that for now. But we'll have nice shiny new ones coming soon because yeah, can't be having that. Also, just noticed right here on the cap it says 25 Newton meters plus 5. So that is my torque spec. Very nice. Thank you, Volkswagen. All right, so last few things for tonight. I want to go through and just get the accessory bracket filled out, which will be power steering at the bottom, then AC compressor, then alternator, and then this is not part of the bracket, but that goes on the top. I need to go through as well and sand the edges here clean so it's metal to metal and it fits better. And then, yeah, I believe the one for the power steering are these 4 here that hold the pump on. And then for the compressor, I believe it's these 2. And I think the alternator has those 2, I think. And I have to find the 3 that go to the tensioner, which I don't know where they're at, but we'll figure it out. So this side is officially all put together. I mixed up some of the bolts for the power steering down here, but I got it figured out. So everything is good to go. And you can see the pulleys of this one and this one that I painted today. Those look brand new and good to go. It's coming together. It's crazy to see all these pieces back. I mean, it's been like a bare block and head for the longest time, so it's cool to see all these pieces back on it again. Very, very cool. I'm going to stop here for today. Tomorrow we'll continue with the injectors, the fuel rail, all that kind of stuff. But I think I'm going to put the top on real quick, just kind of see a more complete picture. But man, it looks so good. I'm so glad I took the time to go through and paint all this stuff and get new hardware, because it really does look really, really good. I'm really excited for these pieces. All these shiny bits up here by the valve cover. And also, look at this one. I showed it earlier, but like this piece, this might be the shiniest one. It's honestly like chrome. It's like mirror finish.
No, yeah, really.
And I can't wait to see it on here. It goes this way. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
It's so shiny. Just enough. Not too much, but just enough. I like these. Looks over these. These look really good.
Oh yeah.
Even though most of it be covered by the intake manifold, still, I just want to see like a. Woo! It's so shiny. Makes me happy. Makes me happy. One final touch for the night. You know, I'm still missing other pieces, but just to set it there. Like I said, I have a new one of these coming and a new like engine cover piece coming, but like, woo! It looks so good. And actually, yeah, you won't see any of these pieces. This will all be covered by engine cover. So I don't know, I kind of make this shiny now. I like it like this, but I like the shiny as well. Oh yeah, what do you think? What do you think?
My V5 is coming along really nicely.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
This boy is about to be going crazy.
Dude, it's so cool to see like all the pieces on it. Oh man. So exciting. All right, time for bed. It's like, it's a little after midnight right now. Yeah, look at that, 12:25. Didn't feel that late. But it is. It's okay. We're out here just chilling, listening to music, putting pieces on the engine, and it's looking so good. Like I said, tomorrow we'll do fuel rail, and the last top bits we'll do this for sure. Actually, I want to put another layer clear on this first. I have the end pieces to put back on, and I still figure out how to put all the rest of the hoses, that secondary air stuff that I don't want to use, but the bases are there. It's looking good. All right, boys, it's currently about 12:30. Gonna end it here. Man, look at this thing. Like I said before, I know I could have done this a lot faster. I could have just not painted anything, not got the hardware done, not even bought new pieces for. I could have just literally slapped it in the car, got a harness as fast as possible, and just drove the car. But honestly, if you're gonna do an engine swap, you might as well do everything. I know it's more costly, it takes longer, as you have seen, but at the end of the day, you get something that you're really proud of. And this thing, like, to me, at this point, it's like a piece of art. Like, I love all the details. I love the Bentley cap. I love the paint match stuff, the OEM hardware. Like, it's come together really nicely. It's not even done yet, but it's come together really, really nicely. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit annoyed that my hardware wasn't done last week, but honestly, it was definitely worth the wait. And I don't know if I didn't mention it or not earlier, but I paid €50 for all this OEM hardware to be blasted and recoded, and it looks so, so good. Now, granted, you can go out into like a hardware store and buy a lot of this hardware like I did with the oil pan down here, but like this kind of stuff, like this is like an M6 by like what, 80, 90, I don't know, something crazy. A lot of the hardware is really hard to find. So to have all the OEM hardware in literally better than brand new condition, because it's like almost like polished looking, like well worth it. Well worth it, well worth it. Like I always say, it's all in the details. The small details that most people won't ever see or care about, that's what I love. But with that, gonna end it off here. Hope you guys enjoyed. I don't ask for it too often, but if you could, leave a like in the video. If you are new, make sure you subscribe. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
I was doing just fine before